What's up guys, Riley here. Today I'm with a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit Edition with the 8-speed automatic transmission and the 3.6 liter V6 engine. So this one is featured with the bright white exterior paint, and I'm going to make this video to ask yourself, is this the best SUV you can buy for under $60,000 currently on the market? So the price tag of this one is just shy of $56,000. It's $55,900 and some change. So that's a hell of a good deal once I go through this video and show you all the features and options that this thing has. You're talking, you know, upper scale Porsche, Audi, Mercedes, any of those upper models. I mean, this is right on par with them for a much less price. So it's going to be a pretty interesting review. I'm going to throw a lot of knowledge and facts your way. So let's get this started. Alright, so as you can see here, it's got those nice LED running lights, which are flashing for some reason on the camera because the camera doesn't like those. But they look extremely nice during the daytime when you're driving down the road and those are illuminated. You have fog lights down there. You have the sensor down here in the bottom center of the grille for the adaptive cruise control. You have front park assist. And just overall, the front of this car looks extremely aggressive. It also features an air ride suspension system. So right now it's on the exit/entry level, which is the lowest setting it can possibly go. So pretty much when you park, it will lower the car a little bit, make the entrance and exit a little bit easier for you on your way in and out of the vehicle. As you can see, Jeep really takes their time to think about the detail and just the little things. They have the nice little World War II Jeep right there in the headlight housing. Really nice HID headlights, as I said before, surrounded by those LED running lights. I forgot to mention earlier that it also has front collision warning, so the car will actually slam on the brakes if it senses you're about to run into another car or object or something along those lines. So, you know, the front end is just full of features, and it's crazy that they packed all this stuff into a Jeep. So coming around the sides of the vehicle, you can really tell it has nice body lines, unlike some of the other competitors that kind of look like boxes or toasters. This really has some aggressive styling to it, and you can tell, you know, it sets itself out from the competition, and it just looks really, really nice. This, in my opinion, this is the best looking SUV you can buy, and when you combine all the features this thing has, I really don't know why you would not buy one of these. Four-wheel drive, and then the nice Summit Edition badging over here looks extremely nice. You have the dual exhaust tips, which look very similar to the dual exhaust tips on the Dodge Charger, so I thought that was pretty cool considering I have a Dodge Charger. This plate right here, it actually pops off and there's a trailer hitch under there, but for everyday driving you leave that little plastic piece on and it's I guess hides it. You have the backup camera right here, rear park assist, the auto sensing wiper, I believe, and then this button down here that you can press and it opens up the lift gate. So the trunk, it's not the biggest trunk out of everything you can buy, but it is plenty of space. This button actually right here can lift up this, and you have a nice spare tire, a storage compartment there, and a storage compartment there. So very nice little feature there. The rear seats do fold down, so it would completely lay flat. This is a nice little feature that which you can choose to take out if you just lift up on that little notch, but you can pull it across and it will actually hide everything from the outside mirror if somebody is peeking into your car or whatnot. Also, if you get groceries, you want to keep them a little bit cooler on your way home, put that over them and people cannot see in and everything stays cooler. So nice little feature. Also has a sub back here, which I'll go into depth once I talk about the sound system in the vehicle, but very, very clean interior as far as the trunk is concerned. Yeah, pretty cool. So coming around side, you know, once again, like I said, extremely nice body lines, just a really, really nice vehicle. So now let's go ahead and jump into the interior and see what kind of features we can find in there. So currently the vehicle is unlocked and I can lock it by simply touching this button, and there you go, the whole vehicle is locked. So now to unlock, my key is in my pocket. I'll walk up, put my fingers behind the door handle, and it unlocks. The keyless entry feature is extremely nice to have, and it's just a very, very handy feature. Alright, so opening the door, you're greeted to this nice brown chocolate interior. Now typically, I only like black interiors on vehicles, but this actually looks extremely, extremely nice. The brown is just, it's a nice change, I guess. You open it up and you're like, wow, it's not black, it's not tan, it's brown, but it looks very, very nice. First thing you'll see is this nice door panel with the little wood trimming. Looks extremely nice. You'll also notice this giant speaker. There are 19 speakers in this car. It's a 19 speaker system by Harman Kardon featuring that subwoofer in the back that I showed earlier. But just, a very nice interior. It's very simple on the doors, but, looks very elegant. Hopping inside, it's a very, very quiet place to be. Plenty of space, plenty of room. It just looks extremely, extremely nice. So you're greeted with this nice 7-inch LCD instrument cluster, which you can customize to whatever you want. That little middle screen, you can change it to just about anything, really. You can go through all the vehicle settings, terrain mode, adaptive cruise control. You can check your fuel economy. You can check your trip. You can look at whatever you're listening to, if you have any messages. Screen setup, which you can go play around with a whole bunch of things. And you can choose either one of these speedometers to look at. On the top left and top right, where you see the time in miles per gallon, you can change those to whatever you want them to say. But just a very, very nice system, and I like that they give you the option to customize it to however you seem fit. The steering wheel, very nice leather wrapped with this little wood on top. Looks very, very nice. Tons of buttons for the adaptive cruise control and normal cruise control. And then over here is all your media controls. Also the Uconnect system. Back in the back, you have paddle shifters, which are very nice. Like I said earlier, this has the 8-speed transmission, which is extremely, extremely good. Coming over to the center, you're greeted with this 8.4-inch Uconnect system, which is basically in all of the Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep products for this year. It's extremely nice, extremely easy to use. I'll just do a brief overview. The controls, you have the heated and cooled driver and passenger seats. You have a heated steering wheel. You have a mirror dimmer. You can play with all the settings. You have dual climate control. The navigation system is extremely, extremely nice and very easy to use. Your phone control, and then all the Uconnect apps. So very, very simple system, yet very effective. And Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler group has their stuff together when it comes to that. Coming down a little bit, you can see all the buttons that also are pretty much featured up there as well. But if you choose to just use the buttons, you're more than welcome to do so. One thing I can complain about is that there's not too much storage space in this vehicle. You have two cup holders. You have this little cubby right here, which features an auxiliary port, USB port, SD card slot, and a 12-volt outlet. So you really have some cup holders and there's nothing else over here. Also, when you open up this center console, this features the rear TVs on the back of the seats, which I'll show you in a second, but that takes up the majority of the center console, so you don't have too much space for really anything. They did give you a nice 12-volt, but I wish that they could have given the customer a little bit more space in here. You have nice door pockets and everything, but it's nice to just have some more room over here where you can set your phone or whatever it may be. As you can see, this is the nice little shifter they got for the 8-speed, which features the sport mode, which we'll test out in a little bit and see how that works. You have 4-low, hill descent mode, all the different modes you can change for your 4-wheel drive system, and you can raise and lower the vehicle with the touch of those buttons on the right. So very, very cool. The mirror has this little 911 assist button and everything, so it's kind of like OnStar, but it's the Uconnect assist, I believe. So pretty cool system, nice to have that with the car. You have a sunglass holder, you have reading lights, the button for the rear liftgate to open, and the garage link and panoramic sunroof controls, which opens all the way back. That is incredible, guys. It's beautiful up there. You can also choose to have where this one closest to me will completely open up and you'll be exposed to the air, or you could just, close the whole entire thing. But very, very cool. And as you can see, it's all featured in this nice, like, Alcantara suede material, which just looks extremely, extremely nice. It makes it have a really high quality feeling to the whole vehicle. So, it's really impressive at the end of the day that this is a Jeep vehicle and it's this nice on the inside. Like, that blows my mind. 2015, the Jeep is one of the nicest vehicles you can buy for under $60,000. Hopping into the rear of the vehicle, plenty of space back here. I'm 5'11", and I fit just fine with, you know, a bunch of legroom really. It has these nice flip-up DVD players, so good for the kids or anybody else that wants to watch CDs. The center console has a 110 outlet for a wall plug, 2 USB plugs, heated seats for both sides, and a nice little air conditioning vents for both sides. So very, very cool. Down here you'll see this handle, which I can use to raise and lower the whole system, and that makes it lay flat. So there is the trunk. So very, very cool, just the flip of a lever. I mean, some companies say that they have buttons and whatever to use theirs with, but do you really need that? No. So very, very cool. You can also adjust the positioning of how far back you want the seats to be by pushing on the seats while you pull the lever. So very, very simple back seat, yet very, very nice. Can't really ask for much more. And it's just, you know, the car is extremely solid. There's features everywhere you look. I mean, they've taken every feature that is in existence in 2015 and combined them all into one vehicle, put a Jeep badge on it, and have kept the price tag under $60,000, and it's just beautiful. I could not stress enough how much I love this vehicle, and if I was going to buy an SUV, this would be at the top of my list. All right, so going to check out the engine on this nice Jeep. We are greeted to this 3.6 liter V6, which is all covered in plastic, as expected for 2015. But I believe the horsepower rating is about 250, so you know that seems kind of low for an SUV. So during the drive portion of this review, we'll test that out and see if it is enough, and I will give you my thoughts while driving. But very simple engine, a lot of room to work with. They have, you know, just a lot of room. So I guess that lightens up the front end of this vehicle if you opted for the 5.7 liter V8 or the SRT. You know, those are much larger engines, and I guess the front of the vehicle would feel quite a bit heavier with those larger engines. But you know, just very, very simple. It's just, I really like this car, guys. It's very, very nice, and I highly suggest, you know, if you're in the market for an SUV, definitely go check these out, and you will be pleasantly surprised. And yeah, so let's go ahead and hop in the car and let's go do some driving. All right, so now let's go ahead and go for a little drive. So I'm gonna just kind of push this back into drive and off we go. So first thing you'll notice when driving this vehicle is that it's very, very quiet inside the cabin. So it's kind of a nice change coming to this from my good old loud exhaust Dodge Charger. All right, so pulling onto this little back road, I have it in sport mode, and let's see how it does. All right, well, it gets up and goes. It started in second there. I'm kind of surprised it didn't drop down to first, but you know, once you get in the power band, it actually is pretty good. Taking this turn, handles itself pretty nicely. You know, it's actually very, very planted, and it drives really nicely. It's really controlled. That's, I guess, the best way to describe the whole experience here. You feel you're in control the whole time. Gives you a good sense of authority on the road. It doesn't feel heavy. I mean, part of that's probably because of the lighter engine up front, but you know, it really feels pretty tossable, and it's, you know, it's actually a really, really solid handling car. And it's weird to say that because it is an SUV, but it handles itself very, very nicely. So we're gonna take this corner again, and we'll see. Yeah, it stays really level. I mean, you don't really feel the body roll or anything. I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. So let's see how that power is. There we go. Hey, that's not bad. That's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. All right, so you know, it really does have some get up and go. That's really impressive. Wow, cool. So, you know, in conclusion, with my final thoughts on this vehicle, it's extremely nice, and it's weird because you're driving around in a $56,000 Jeep. This is a Jeep, but it's a very nice Jeep. And it's a Jeep that I would recommend to anybody in the market for any type of SUV because it kind of fits in every little category. I mean, there's features everywhere. Everywhere you look, it does something cool, and that's awesome. They've taken every feature in existence, thrown them all into one vehicle, and this is what they got, and they kept the price tag under 60 grand. That is amazing. Well guys, as I sit here in traffic, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. I hope you found it pretty informative, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, go check out all the other videos, subscribe, like, and do all that cool stuff that really, you know, means a lot to me. And I want to thank each and every one of you for all the support y'all have been giving me over the past couple months, and just the channel growth on this channel has been unreal, and I'm just so excited to see where this channel has gone. And yeah, so, you know, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.